Joanne Meal with Joanne Meal Career Services at thejobsearchqueen.com. And today's segment is about applicant tracking systems and resumes. Applicant tracking systems are used by companies for a few reasons, and I want to talk a little about how you get your resume in shape so that these systems can see them. Some people call these online resumes. I don't, because I think of online as a resume that's posted on a website or similar, something like that. And this instead is something that you use online, and you would paste parts of your resume in on those ubiquitous forms that are everywhere on websites. Applicant tracking systems are really a bigger system than just resume screening. They help companies literally track applicants. That's why they're called that. Only one component is the one you're most interested in, and that's the one that actually lets resumes in, so to speak, or screens others out, so that HR and hiring managers and others inside can see who's a good candidate. So they use them because there's so many resumes that come in that it's really humanly impossible to look at them all. There are many people, unfortunately, who apply because the internet lets them. It's just so easy, and they really aren't qualified. So they need some kind of way of filtering through all of these. A second of two reasons that a lot of companies use these is they feel that these systems are more impartial and fair to everybody. Because they're looking for keywords, not so much, who's a friend of whom, that kind of thing. Although I still, of course, espouse networking. Applicant tracking systems, you want your resume to get through theirs so that an actual human being can see them. The way those systems work is that they look at the resume and they mine it for keywords and then turn around and present those in a format that human beings understand, in the form of a spreadsheet or a table or some kind of grid that shows candidates that match, starting with the highest match and working on down. One of the biggest systems out there that's used by well over half of companies who use applicant tracking systems, and by the way, about 80% of companies around the country here in the United States use these, so you're going to run into them sooner or later. And the biggest one used by most is Taleo. That's T-A-L-E-O. You've probably seen that like at the bottom of the page where it says powered by Taleo, where you have to fill out a form and do your copying and pasting in. Taleo can read only certain formats. For example, it cannot read .docx. That is the latest version of Word, and because it's not really a standard everywhere yet, it relies instead on using .doc, which is a slightly older version, and one that its algorithms and so forth can actually read. Also, it cannot read PDFs, and it just breaks my heart when someone says, "Oh, I've been sending out my resume and I've gotten no responses," and you find out after I ask a few questions that they've been sending out a PDF. PDFs are generated many different ways, so the Taleo programmers have said, we're not going to recognize those. So using .doc in terms of Word and also text are the two formats that we look for. And if you send in the Word format, the .doc, Taleo itself, the system converts it to text. So I have my clients using .txt version, which makes it just easier for the system to accept it in. The next couple of segments will be about the actual layout of your resume and a little bit about keywords. Between now and then, take a look at my website and my blog, and please sign up for my newsletter where you can get the latest and greatest on topics like this. Thanks so much, and see you next time.